But fourth is the flood control scam. The biggest corruption scandal in the Philippines ever.
Nasa harap mo si First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. Di ba siya mapahiya niya? While he is speaking there sa stage, nasa harap niya si First Lady. Okay, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. At heto po, pag-usapan natin itong kadramahan ni Win Gatchalian mamaya, no? Patungkol po dito sa sinabi niya na during the Blue Ribbon Consultative meeting yesterday with NBI Director Melvin Matibag informed the sectors present that there is a potential threat to the Senate building and the Senate premises. Yan ang sabi niya. Drama na naman. Alam niyo naman na meron itong pinagtatakpan kasi mag-Blue Ribbon Committee itong si Senator Marcoleta. Mamaya pag-usapan natin yan. At pag-usapan rin natin itong, heto na po yung video, ipapakita natin at pakikinggan natin itong si Senator at Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, no? Patungkol po sa nagkita sila ni First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. Nagkatabi sila, nagkausap. Ito po yung official speech niya during the Filipino-Chinese event. Okay? Mamaya ipakikinggan natin yan kasi si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano dyan may pinariringgan. Ayan. Kasi nasa harap si Lam. May pinariringgan siya. At last na video na ating ipapakita ay ito ngang si Congressman Abante. In-interview po ito ni Corina Sanchez sa Bilyonaryo News kasi po nabanggit po ang pangalan nitong si Congressman Abante dito sa Brave 18 na nakatanggap ng maleta. Kayo, ito ko ang tanong ko sa taong bayan, naniniwala ba kayo na itong si Congressman Abante ay nakatanggap ng maleta? Naniniwala ba kayo? So, mamaya, pakikinggan natin ang kanyang speech, itong si Senator Marcoleta, ang kanyang interview with Corina Sanchez para malaman po natin kung siya ba po ba'y nagsasabi ng totoo. Okay? Kasi importante yan. Obserbahan natin kung nagsasabi ba ng totoo. Pero bago ang lahat guys, bago natin ito pag-uusapan, paki-like muna at saka paki-share itong ating video para guys, kakalat ito sa taong bayan ha. Importante na maka-like and share po tayo para aabot ito sa malawak na audience. Okay? Like and share na. At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, subscribe na po kayo para updated kayo lagi sa ating mga balita. No? Libre lang ang mag-subscribe sa YouTube. Okay? So subscribe na po kayo. Pero bago ang lahat, bago natin ito pag-uusapan, gusto ko munang magpapasalamat dito sa mga bumati sa atin sa comment section, no? Harold Kanama, good afternoon Donmar, watching from Cebu. Ayan, hello po sa inyo sa mga taga Cebu. Panfilal Dig, Panfila Indig. Yan ba? Tama ba yung pronunciation ko? Maayong gabi, Donmar. Watching from, saan ka ba nanonood? LV Bilaro. Good afternoon, Sir Donmar, watching from Switzerland. Hello po sa inyo, sa mga kababayan natin sa Switzerland. Maria Chalis. Ayan, lagi itong nanonood dito. Donmar TV, araw-araw ako nanonood sa channel mo. Nainis ako sa mga tao sa House of Representatives. Sorry, Donmar. It's okay, ma'am. Halos naman lahat ng taong bayan naiinis sa mga congressman, yung mga congressman. Naiinis sa kanila. Marilu Cruz, shout out po from Adelaide, South Australia. Ayan. Hello, Ma'am Marilu. Sa mga taga-Australia nating mga kababayan. Susan Nangot. Ayan. Susan Nangot, magandang hapon, Sir Donmar, watching always in Cebu City. Ayan, Ma'am Susan, hello po sa inyo. Ayan, ito nga, no? Pag-usapan natin itong si Win Gatchalian, no? Itong si Win Gatchalian. Ano ba ang sabi ni Win Gatchalian? Ito lang naman ang sinabi niya, oh. Ayan. Sabi niya, during the Blue Ribbon Consultative Meeting yesterday, NBI Director Milvin Matibag informed the sectors present that there is an potential threat to the Senate building and the Senate premises. Yan ang sabi ni Senator Win Gatchalian. Ang tanong, maniniwala ba tayo dito? Ako, sa totoo lang, hindi ako maniniwala dito eh. Nagdadrama sila dito, no? Kasi, nag-announce kasi yung kampo ng Cayetano, no? Ng mga majority ni Cayetano na mga senador sa Blue Ribbon Committee headed by Pia Cayetano, no? At yung vice natin ay si Senator Marcoleta, correct me if I'm wrong, gagawa na naman sila ng Blue Ribbon Committee at ipapatawag na naman yung mga sangkot, no? Invited nga si Romualdez eh. At yung ilan pang mga big fish. At invited siguro na naman ang mga 18 ex-Marines kasi sabi nila may bago silang pasabog na bagong ebidensya. Okay? Ako, naniniwala ako, tiniming ito nila Matibag at ni Win Gatchalian. Tiniming nila ito. Kasi may direktiba sila eh na ano raw, yung mga nagtatrabaho doon. Correct me if I'm wrong, may nagsasabi sa akin na online na lang sila magtatrabaho. I think, duda ako rito, ginagawa nila ito kasi para hindi na makapasok itong 18 ex-Marines. Kasi nasasaktan sila every time na itong mga 18 ex-Marines na ito ay kung meron na naman silang ibubulgar na mga nakatanggap ng maleta. Kasi siguro, duda ko dyan nare-realize siguro ng Gatchalian Black, itong mga Bangag 11, nare-realize, Bangag 11 plus 1. Yung plus 1 dyan, si Kilay. Nare-realize siguro nila na habang tumatagal, itong mga 18 ex-Marines, mukhang dumami ang mga ebidensya. Kasi grabe yung ebidensya. May pinost na naman si Attorney Baligod eh. Yung kasi tinawag ni Raffy Tulfo na ano raw, kargador raw itong mga 18 ex-Marines. Doon sa Facebook page ni Attorney Baligod, nagpakita na naman siya ng picture doon ng mga ebidensya na itong mga 18 ex-Marines nung time na sila pa talaga ay sundalo. Dahil doon sa post na yon, napahiya po si Raffy Tulfo. Kasi tunay na mga sundalo itong mga 18 ex-Marines at meron pong resibo, merong ebidensya na sila po ay nakipag-bakbakan sa mga kaaway ng gobyerno. So, pahiya si Raffy Tulfo nang sinabi niyang basura at kargador raw. Walang hiya ay mga Tulfo eh. Kaya I believe in my own opinion, itong gagawin nila ni Matibag at ni Gatchalian, nagdududa po ako, haharangin na naman nila itong mga 18 ex-Marines. Boo! Boo! Ay nako, yan lang naman talaga yung kaya nila eh. Okay? Yan lang talagang kaya nila. Now, ano ba ang nangyari kanina? Kahapon, kanina, kumakalat itong balita patungkol po na nag-uusap itong si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano at itong si First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. Yung talagang nagbulong-bulungan. Siguro, dahil silang dalawa ay both sila na in-invite doon sa event, ay parang respeto na lang sa isa't isa. Parang professional na lang sila. Pero kitang-kita mo doon, plastic talaga silang dalawa. Especially itong si First Lady. Plastic siya ni Cayetano. Si Cayetano naman, syempre, nirespeto niya yung First Lady, no? May video akong pinakita kagabi, di ba? Ngayong umaga, pakikinggan natin itong during the event, nagsalita po itong si Senator Alan Cayetano. Okay, yan ang pakikinggan natin at magre-react po tayo sa kanyang official speech niya dito. Okay, play.
Good evening. Allow me to talk a little bit about a parallel to a biblical story to the journey of the Filipino-Chinese. The Bible talks about a persistent widow. There was this widow who suffered injustice, but she couldn't get justice. So she went to the judge in his office and said, "Judge, give me justice." The judge said, "I don't fear God. I don't fear people," did not listen to the widow. So the widow went back day after day after day. She was not listened to. So he went to his house, probably talked to his wife, probably waited outside and told the judge, "Judge, please give me justice." Because she was so persistent, the judge finally came out and said, "I don't fear God nor man. But because you are so persistent, dahil ang kulit-kulit mo, tell me what I can do and I will give you justice." Growing up in the 1980s, talking about the American dream, I did not really feel that in the US. My mother's American. But I did not see the possibility of an American dream here in the Philippines. But any one of us who had a Filipino-Chinese friend had that story of someone coming from China in the 50s, 40s, or 60s, wearing plain jeans, a plain white or black t-shirt, maybe a jacket, slippers, starting in a restaurant, in a hotel, maybe sa City Hall ni Mayor Isko, starting in a manufacturing company. After 5 years, nakabihis na. Medyo nasa supervisor na. After 10 years, manager na. After 25 years, siya na ang may-ari ng kumpanya. That was my impression of the American dream growing up, looking at the success of the Filipino-Chinese. Maybe at this time, I just want to acknowledge Dr. Lucio Tan, of course, the Chairman Emeritus of the Federation. Mr. Victor Lim, thank you very much, sir, Mr. President, for the invitation. Your Excellency, Ambassador of China, Ambassador Kwan, thank you for the friendship of your country and our country. The ambassadors, Your Excellencies, especially of ASEAN, thank you for being here tonight. Ambassador Francis Chua, Honorary President. The immediate past President, a brother in Christ, Dr. Cecilio Pedro, good evening, sir. Mr. Angel Nu, Tito Angel, Honorary President. Domingo Yap, Honorary President. Jimmy Tang, Honorary President. John K. Tan, Honorary President. Dr. Alfonso Uy, Honorary President. And Mr. Tan Ching, Honorary President. Napakarami niyong President para kayong Senate. Mr. Jeffrey Nang, Executive...
ano siya, no? May pinariringgan siya, di ba? Dami niyong president. Kasi alam niyo naman na atat na atat yung maging Senate President itong si Win Gatchalian. Di ba? Ano siya parang talagang pinorse nila. Dito, pinariringgan niya, pahiya tuloy, di ba? Pahiya. Ganyan lang.
Why don't they go to the proper forum, for example?
Wait mo na, play.
Vice President. So after my youth in the 1980s, I became councilor in 1992, 21 years old. Wala pong Chinese community masyado sa Taguig. Wala pang BGC at that time. So, yung exposure ko sa Chinese community came on 1998 when my dad was elected senator and I was elected congressman. And from an American dream, para bang usual suspect ang Filipino-Chinese businessman. Whether he was small, micro-entrepreneurship, medium, or a big businessman, parating target. Target ng BIR, target ng DOJ, target ng customs. If you remember, you invited me sometime 2013 because BIR Commissioner Henares was supposed to be your keynote speaker during your anniversary. But instead of congratulating you, if you remember, she scolded you about paying the right taxes. And when she left, I think I was there the next day, some of you were telling me, "Sir, why is the BIR scolding us when most of us here are importers and traders? We deal more with the Bureau of Customs than there, and we were even given an award by the Bureau of Customs last month." So my point is perception and reality. After I was told that, sabi ko, bakit hindi niyo ako ini-invite? Nagbigay pa kayo ng award sa lahat ng nasa gobyerno na Filipino-Chinese. Sabi nila, ba't ka namin bibigyan ng award? Eh, Amerikano ka. Amerikano nanay mo. Sabi ko, my grandfather, Blas Luna, is Chinese. His daughter, Juliana Luna, is half Chinese, which was my father's mother. Kaya kami nagkalupa sa Pateros because my great-grandfather was a Chinese surveyor. Again, perception and reality. Sometime in 2018, President Xi Jinping visited the Philippines. It was announced that it is the golden age of the relationship between China and the Philippines. I'm not a man of regret. Just like Mayor Isko, we face troubles every day, see where God brings us, and try to do our best. Di ba, Mayor? Ganun yung buhay eh. But there's only one thing looking back that I regret, that I had to resign to run for Congress and to run for Speaker before signing the joint exploration between the Philippines and China. No, weeks lang sana inabot ko yung signing. If we signed that, hindi sana ganun kalaki ang problema natin ngayon sa presyo ng langis at saka ng natural gas because it takes 5 to 7 years for that. We could have signed it in 2018. Perception. Everyone against it and against China was saying it's not a fair deal. China was willing to give us a deal better than Malampaya and Shell. They were willing to give us that deal. But because of all the noise and perception rather than reality, we were not able to do that. One thing I noticed about Chinese Filipinos and Chinese in general, when people see crisis, you see opportunity. Hindi po ba? In every opportunity, baka may business opportunity dyan. In every crisis. Sabi nga nung iba, never let a good crisis go to waste. It's true, in every crisis there are losers, there are winners. And this generation, the young men and women, the Miss and Mr. Chinatown, no? I guess they're between 20 to 25 years old. I saw them a while ago. Can you imagine 5 crises in 10 years? During Duterte's time, it depends on what side you were on. If you were pro-Duterte, you would say it's a crisis, it's a narco-politics crisis. We had a problem with drugs. If you're on the other side, you'd say it's a human rights crisis, ang daming extrajudicial killing. If you're somewhat in the middle, apareho. Problema droga, problema patayan. Before the Duterte administration ended, or in the middle, COVID-19, second crisis. 2022, right before the election, Akala natin medyo yung taas ng presyo because of the Ukraine-Russia crisis was already it, not knowing that was just a prelude to the US-Israel-Iran war now that is driving up all the prices, creating all the problems, not only inflation, logistics, etc., problems with fertilizers that we will experience in next planting season. No? But fourth is the flood control scam. The biggest corruption scandal in the Philippines ever.
Nasa harap mo si First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. Di ba siya mapahiya niya? While he is speaking there sa stage, nasa harap niya si First Lady. Sino ang mastermind sa flood control? Ha?
If we handle it correctly, we can eliminate corruption in the country. If we don't
Ikaw naman, Senator Alan, pinariringgan mo talaga?
handle it properly, we will have the biggest cover-up in our history. Number 5, not more of a crisis, but a potential crisis, AI. AI will change everything. So can you imagine in 10 years, 2016 to 2026, our young people, your children, have faced this. So in one sense, bugbog sila. On the other sense, they're probably more prepared for the future than we are. So today, as we celebrate 128 years of independence, and as I fight for the independence of the Senate, we also celebrate our friendship with China. Just like the Filipino-Chinese, marami kayong struggle sa kalye. You are not where you are today because you did not struggle. You are here today with such a big event with the top leaders of our country from different fields because you struggled with us, for us. Maybe we can do the same between the countries of the Philippines and China. With the economic crisis that is here and will get worse, who will help each other? Neighbors. Neighbors. We have real problems with China in the South China Sea. But we also have real projects of friendship. When we had a problem in Marawi, China had to retool their armory or their factories for guns because we requested guns and they were not making those kind of guns. They helped us during our time of need. So, it's not about being pro-US or being pro-China. It's about being pro-Philippines and saying all of them should be our friends. We should not have enemies.
Yan,
And
palakpakan.
that is what Filipino-Chinese is about. You don't want enemies. But whether it's in business, whether it's in government, somehow enemies just come along. Believe it or not, I'm more diplomatic, but somehow trouble finds me. But I'd rather be nowhere tonight, but then celebrating with you because through your achievements, each and every table here, I see there is much hope. So again, thank you for this opportunity. Mabuhay ang Filipino-Chinese, mabuhay ang relationship ng ating mahal na bansang Pilipinas and
Ayan.
China.
So, yan po successful na speech ni Senator Alan. At least, napariringgan mo yung si First Lady. Pahiya si First Lady. Sinabihan pang the biggest scandal, the biggest corruption ang flood control. Eto naman, pakinggan natin itong si Abante sa interview niya sa Billionaire News with Corina Sanchez. Paano niya ipagtanggol ang kanyang sarili na nakatanggap or di umano ito ng maletang pera. Ha? Totoo ba ito? Ito yung pagkakataon mo. Ipagtanggol mo yung sarili mo. Abante, play.
Ask the question filed by our guest tonight. He says the claims against him are incorrect, baseless, and misleading. What then could be the motive behind these allegations? So let's get on point with Manila 6th District Representative Benny Abante. Hello, sir.
Magandang gabi po.
Ang sarap ng ngiti ni Abante, basta paldo ka, no? Paldo eh.
Magandang gabi po.
Ma'am Corina,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
So, kayo po ba'y na-shock na nasama po kayo sa
Hindi siya na-shock, Corina. Hindi siya na-shock.
magic list?
Actually,
Okay lang.
second time na ito eh. Yung
Hindi siya na-shock kasi second time na raw.
nakalista ako. Yung una, I was number 1.
You were number one.
Alphabetical
Number 1 ka na nakatanggap ng maleta. Klaruhin mo yan, ha?
order eh.
Okay.
Pangalawa si Romy Acop. Si Romy Acop wala na, di ba? So, I didn't even mind it.
You
To me,
didn't mind it then.
That sabi sa panahon ko, di mahalaga to. Wala na mga basihan yan.
Right.
There's no base. So I kept quiet about it.
Then,
Pero ngayon, pangalawa na, nasa hilo.
Yan talaga eh. Yung iba, keep quiet na lang para hindi sumingaw yung ingay at yung baho mo. Ganyan yan eh. Tingnan mo si Martin Romualdez. Tahimik lang, di ba?
Well, number 7 na ako. Number 7 na ako.
so napipikon po kayo, hindi na kayo number one.
Hindi.
Okay. Number 7 na lang kayo ngayon.
7 na lang eh. Oo.
How different is the list before and today?
I really do not know, Corina. I don't know. I do not know how they got the list. I do not know how they actually crafted or made the list.
Sabay-sabay tayong obserbahan natin ang kanyang sagot ha. Kung nagsasabi ba siya ng totoo o hindi.
Pero I strongly deny the allegations. I think it's highly libelous. And, wala silang ebidensya dyan. It's not even notarized, not even signed by the 18 Marines, no?
You mean their affidavit?
Yes, yes. I think it's this. Sabi ko, why don't they go to the proper forum, for example? Why should they go to a committee hearing in Congress or in the Senate? Because in Congressman, wala namang conviction dun eh. It's just like investigating the whole thing. Wala namang mangyayari dyan eh.
Ano po sa palagay ninyo ang motibo? Kung sabihin pong hindi naman totoo lahat yan, bakit po nasama ang pangalan ninyo?
Well, I think it's politics. It's politics because that never happened to me. I became a congressman in 2004, and I was an outstanding congressman several times, no? And that never happened to me. Nangyari lang yan. Ngayon, nagkaroon kami ng Quadcom. Ako nag-endorse ng impeachment complaint. So, sabi ko, ngayon lang nangyari sa akin to.
So kayo po'y sumasang-ayon na tulad ng mga obserbasyon ng iba pang mga nasa listahan that you all have something in common.
Palagay ko. I think it's plain politics. I mean, ano to, ganti ba ito? O ano ba, talagang pinipilan ba kami? Or is that trying to deter us from exposing the truth? Yung inaano ko, o kaya naman ito ba ay diversionary tactic na ginagawa para malaman ng taong bayan na ito pala mga taong ito, hindi pala dapat mag-imbestiga ito.
Sa palagay po ba ninyo the impeachment trial on the against Vice President Sara Duterte will go on, can survive even without the testimonies of these 18 bagmen?
I believe it will kasi nakita naman namin na legally speaking and morally speaking in our hearing, no? Nakita namin talaga that there are certain probable causes that need to be addressed by the Vice President. Sabi ko nga this is a very good time for the Vice President to answer all the allegations. Of course, she was not present when we had the hearing, no? Sayang. Sana she could have answered that already.
Okay.
Rather than go to the impeachment court.
But this time around, she will have representation for her defense.
She has to.
Yes.
She has to. Oo.
Pero kaninong impeachment trial kaya mag-a-attend ang kanyang depensa? Paano po yun? If there are, at this point, it's still a standoff, no? In fact, some will go to work tomorrow because they don't believe in the threat issued by the NBI and the others will
of
not
course, yes.
work from home. So the standoff remains. What if this this impasse continues until July 6.
Well, yeah, actually, I really do not know what will happen, Corina. The thing is, I hope that, sabi ko nga, I think it's high time for Alan Peter and Win Gatchalian to sit down and talk about this. I think it's just diplomacy. Huwag na yung mga away-away. Hindi naman kailangan ng taong bayan yun, hindi ba?
Right.
Or what they can do is just have a sit-down meeting with all of the senators and let them vote. Let them vote. Yun lang.
There was even, some have even posted the possibility of 2 simultaneous hearings on July 6. So
I don't know if that would be legally viable because they have to abide by the rules of the Senate, just like us. No, we have to abide by our own rules.
Okay. So with 12 senators, they can commence. They can commence and they can go ahead with the
I believe
impeachment trial.
They can commence. They can commence because look, they have actually changed the chairmanship. Oo, they did it. Oh. Kaya that's why the Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano is kind of upset about that, angry about that. No,
Well, the
because they changed
prosecution team of Congress will certainly attend the Gatchalian block hearing. What if the defense decides to go to the Cayetano block hearing?
Well, that would be
Unprecedented.
That would be decided upon by the prosecution team. But the thing is this, Rina, the prosecution team is very much prepared for this. Very much prepared for this.
Hindi nga daw sila magbabakasyon. Oo.
Ngayon pinag-aaralan pa nila lahat yan.
Right.
They're very much prepared for this.
Ano po yung inyong initial reaction to the hearing conducted by the Cayetano block? Lahat po ng mga ex-Marines nandun, the Maleta Boys, at nagbanggit na nga po sila ng mga pangalan. How would you describe it? Because it has been called a bogus hearing.
To me, it's kind of a, masasabi ko rin bogus hearing yan. No? Because pinalitan na sila eh. The thing is, they did not even object, to the changes. No? They accepted all of the changes. Pinalitan na sila eh. So I would even think that they are unauthorized to call for a hearing. And that is now upon the judgment of the new majority. Eka nga.
So kumbaga, in so many ways, parang acknowledge din po ni Senator Cayetano that yes, there is a Senate pro tempore, but for a new Senate president to come up, they need 13.
Yes.
So
yes.
which means to say that the change of the chairmanships is recognized by the minority.
Yeah. I'm wondering why it is recognized. If the Senate president actually did not recognize that, he should have fought vehemently for it.
Okay. Well, I think this is vehement enough for him. Sa palagay po ba ninyo, aabot ito ng special session? You think the president will want to be entangled in all of this?
I hope hindi aabot yan doon kasi the SONA is very, very important, no? And the people should know what is happening in the administration. So I'm hoping that the Senate would sit down and talk about this peacefully, and everything will be just fine, And then the SONA comes in, senators sit down with the congressmen. Let bygones be bygones, eka nga.
You are a very positive thinker because ang pinagdadasal naman po ng iba, sana may tumalon na lang na isa pa. Tapos na ang usapan. Okay, so this morning you filed a criminal complaints, plural,
yes.
For libel and cyber libel against the 18 Maleta Boys. Okay,
yes.
pag-usapan po natin yan. We'll go for a break, and on point will District Representative Benny Abante. So this morning you filed criminal complaints. Ang ibig po bang sabihin nun, just like with Congresswoman Jervil Luistro, it had to be 18 complaints against all.
18 complaints, including Attorney Baligot, so that's 19, no? Including the DWSI, because they were the ones that actually spoke of the libelous salaysay. Oo.
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, bakit minidya muna, no? They could have gone to the right forum about that.
Okay, so wala po bang paliwanag kung bakit daw sila nagdala ng maleta sa inyo. Ilang maleta at magkano daw ang laman?
Alam mo, tinanong din ako kanina, sabi ko, hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam yung maletang yan. Wala silang sinabing numero. Hindi sinabi ko magkano.
At kung para saan?
At hindi
Tingnan yung mabuti ang kanyang mata kung nagsasabi ba siya ng totoo, ha?
sinabing kung yan ay pera, kung para saan yan, kung ano reason dyan. I don't, actually, I'm really ignorant about it.
Right. Are there photos at all about...
Wala.
Wala.
Walang photos. So,
So, hindi
in
natin
fact,
alam kung yung
ako
maleta...
Ako nga, gusto ko nga makipagkita ron sa 18 para, okay, kilala nyo ba ako? O nag-meet pa tayo? O kilala ko ba kayo? Ganun ba?
I see.
Oo.
So, but in their...
Alam nyo ba yung address ko?
Right, oo. So sa kanila pong mga pahayag, hindi po nila sinabing kayo po'y nagkita o hindi binanggit ang inyong address?
Hindi.
So nagbanggit lang po talaga ng mga pangalan?
Nagbagitan ng mga pangalan. Nakatanggap ng baleta, ito. Pero walang sinabi kung ilang baleta ang natanggap ko. Walang sinabi kung ang laman yan, pera. Walang sinabi kung magkano yan. O walang sinabi kung anong purpose niyan. In fact, when we were actually doing the Quadcom, no? After the Quadcom, nagkaroon pa ng chismis na every week daw binibigyan kami ng envelope.
Nino?
Hindi ko alam kung sino. Basta,
Okay.
ang sabing ganyan, binibigyan kami ng envelope.
Sana
sabi
all.
Sabi ko, ngayon maleta na, hindi na envelope, ngayon maleta na.
O nga po, dapat din natin malaman kung yung maleta ay mamahalin, like LV, o kaya dyan lang sa Divisoria binili. So, how will the case prosper? Now, it's been filed. Hindi lang po kayo ang nag-file ng kaso. Mula sa iba't ibang mga lugar, ang pag-file po ng mga kaso, meron din nag-file
Yes.
dito sa Malayo. So,
Quezon City, may nagpal sa Surigao.
right.
Yun.
Okay.
Sa
So,
Ace
how
Barbers.
do you see this? If they issue an apology, will you accept it? They retract like what they did with Senator Loren Legarda?
Well, publicly, if they issue an apology, why not? Di ba? I mean, di naman ako mahirap kausapin tungkol dyan, di ba? If they issue an apology that they made a mistake, including my name, fine. In fact, I know Atty. Baligod. When I became a congressman in 2004, Corina, he was recommended to me as my legal officer. He knows me real well. He knows my character. He knows my attitude. He knew me. Oo. Alam niya na ngayon lang yan eh. Hindi ko alam kung hindi ko akalain bakit ngayon lang.
Sabi nga sa politika, wala naman po daw permanenteng magkakaibigan.
Wala.
O magkaaway. Pwede rin kayo magkabati ulit.
Pero alam mo, hindi kami naging magkaaway. Ha? Kailan ba kami nagkita? I think I saw him some months back sa isang birthday party and he's okay. And all of a sudden, pang!
Depende po yata sa inspirasyon. So having said that, ano po sa palagay ninyo ang inspirasyon nitong 18 bagmen o Maleta Boys? I mean,
Well,
they are putting on the line their reputation, their family safety, their own safety.
You know,
for what?
I have always supported our soldiers, Karina. I mean, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good work, no? Pero itong mga ex-Marines na ito, I do not know what happened to them, no? I heard that they have been paid. That's what I heard.
Yan po yung marites
They have
talaga.
been paid. Oo. Now, hindi ko masyado sinasabi yan, pero
Sabi niya, I don't know what happened to them. Siguro naman, sir, sinabi lang nila ang totoo kasi nakokonsensya na sila. Ayaw nilang magsinungaling sa taong bayan kaya inexpose na nila ang kanilang nalalaman. 'Di ba? That's what happening to them right now.
they have been paid, each of them were paid 2 million pesos. A promise pala, promise. O, tapos,
Ang tanong, may ebidensya ka ba? Na 5 million nga sabi ni Matibag. E paano yung mga namatayan sa kanila? Na yung mga kamag-anak nilang nagkasakit na hospital, namatay kasi wala silang pangbayad sa hospital. 'Di ba? Kasi kung talagang nakatanggap sila ng pera, binayad na sana yun pangpagamot. 'Di ba?
ang binigay lamang sa nila is 500,000. Oo, yung paunang bayad. I do not know if they ever got the 2 million.
Reliable source?
medyo reliable naman yung investigation namin.
I see.
Oo.
Okay. So you had it
Hindi ko lang alam yung
investigated.
sinabi ng NBI about the 5 million thing.
Oo, iba pa yung 5 million.
Iba pa yun.
Oo.
Iba pa yun, ha? Oo.
May 14 daw po na madadagdag pa. Have you heard about that?
Naku, meron pang 14 na i-complain ko.
Kung paninindigan yung listahan,
yes,
ano?
Yes. Oo.
You have any idea? You say you have your own investigation. Ano po ang idadagdag ng 14? Do you have any idea?
I don't have any idea at all. Di ko alam kung ano mga sabihin nila kasi talagang ako wala eh. As in, talagang wala. Talagang misleading ito. This is harassment to me. It's an harassment to me because I never experienced those things even before.
Okay. So do you expect a confrontation in the hearing between the Maleta boys and yourself?
Well, if I'm thinking if we are invited in the proper and official committee hearing, I do not know if I'm going to come, no? Because alam mo naman, merong parliamentary courtesy between the Senate and Congress, no? So I do not know if I'm good.
Yan ang problema. Ginagamit na naman ninyo ng excuse yung parliamentary courtesy. Yung parliamentary courtesy na yan, no? Mahiya kayo. Huwag niyong gagamiting excuse yan. Kasi ang pinag-uusapan dito, pera ng taong bayan na ninakaw. Kaya pumunta kayo doon kung invited kayo ni Marcoleta. Para malaman natin ng katotohanan kung nagnakaw ba kayo o wala. Diba? Huwag niyong gamiting excuse yung parliamentary courtesy na yan. Maawa kayo sa taong bayan.
I'm going to be able to come. Or in reality, Corina, I really would like to meet those people. I want them to see my face. You see that? Para makita nila, ito. Tatanungin ko rin sila, saan ako nakatira? Anong address ko?
Sir, just to clarify, you mean you have the option not to attend even if you are invited?
I have the option. I'll just say it's parliamentary courtesy, that pareho tayo, legislature yan, or I could be able to attend.
Right.
And perhaps speak my own piece.
So this is really for the consumption of the public kasi hindi naman
Yes.
po siya judiciary, no?
Yes.
Hindi siya
Oo.
korte talaga.
Totoo yan. Tama yung sanayan mo. It's a public consumption lang yan.
It's for public consumption.
Oo.
Pero maganda rin siguro na talagang magkaroon ng komprontasyon para masarado na po yung usapan at kontrobersya tungkol sa pagkatao ng 18.
In fact, I'm even surprised that Attorney Baligod is right. He is not even a resource speaker. Ang mga resource speaker are those 18 Marines. In our hearings, because I conduct hearings also, ang mga abogado is just behind the resource speakers. They do not speak. They don't speak.
Okay.
Pero ito, nakakapagtaka, it is not the resource speakers that are actually speaking.
It's a lawyer.
It is the lawyer. Oo. Halos lahat yan, abogado nag-speak.
Okay. But is there anything unacceptable in a Senate hearing that it will be the lawyer speaking for the 18?
When it comes to the rules, it's unacceptable. Yes.
Kailangan talaga yung mga marino.
Pag may nag-motion dyan na hindi dapat siya magsalita, papakinggan ng chairman yan.
Yes. Have you been monitoring about the inconsistencies or the factual errors of the
Actually, no,
affidavit?
I don't have even the time for that. No, I'm kind of a busy man. Pero narinig ko lang, ang kagabi monitor ko, yung testimony ni Director Matibag. And he said a lot of things legally that they're very weak ang kanilang evidence. Very weak ang kanilang salaysay. Yun yung sabi ni
Sa side po ninyo, kung kayo po ang pasasabihin, weak. Pero sa taong bayan, naniniwala kami sa Brave 18. Paano kami hindi maniniwala? May video at may mga pictures. At kitang-kita naman namin sa mga expression ng kanilang mukha. Hindi po sila utal-utal na nagkwento kung ano ang paano nangyari.
Tibag eh. And I would agree with that. Pero wala naman silang ebidensya. Anong ebidensya nila?
So nagkasabay-sabay po lahat ito, no? Kaya tayo nagugulo ngayon in well, aside from the flood control scandal. What do you think will be key so that this doesn't happen again? Una, sinabi nga po ninyo, to end the gridlock, one of them has to give way o mag-usap
Yes.
o may tumalon para magkaroon na ng 13.
Oo.
May nababalitaan po ba kayo doon? Baka may alam kayo na hindi namin alam.
Wala
kayong
wala
alam.
ako nababalitaan. Hindi ko kinakausap
Wala
yung
talaga, ha?
lahat ng mga senador, kaibigan ko din. No?
Okay.
Hindi ko, I'm not even calling them or even texting
You're not
them.
interested?
No, not interested.
But that would end the gridlock, definitely.
That
right?
would end the gridlock, yes. In fact, Bam Aquino made a statement that I think in a few days, may tatalon eh.
Ganun po.
Sabi niya.
Oo nga busy-busy na daw sila sa likod ng telon. Okay, so one last question. So that this doesn't happen again, do you think that it's time na marepaso po ang Senate rules and House rules so that, we know exactly what protective custody is, so that we know 13, 12, 11, 6, 7,
Sa akin, I'm not trying to teach them what they should do, no? But an advice to offer legislator. I think that either the two of them talk together. It's a diplomacy thing, di ba? Rather than quarreling in the social media, no? Or perhaps it is now high time for the president to call for a special session, and then all of them will be together, and then they vote.
and act like statesmen.
Yes, act like statement. And they vote. Whoever gets the majority becomes Senate president. That's it. Yun lang matatapos yan. Tapos na yan. Tapos na yung gridlock.
Hari nawa, kayo po ay magdilang anghel. Marami pong salamat, Manip.
Ayan, so sa mga audience ko dito sa Donmar TV, narinig po ninyo ang mga statements, no? Patungkol po sa kanyang pagkakasangkot sa maleta, itong si Congressman Abante. Anong masasabi nyo sa kanyang mga sagot? Nagsasabi ba siya ng totoo o palusot lang? Dalawa lang yan, di ba? May kanya-kanya tayong opinion dyan. Okay? So, ayan. Paki-comment na lang. Babasahin natin yan sa comment section. Okay? Like and share this video para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, subscribe na po kayo kasi libre lang po ang mag-subscribe sa YouTube. At para naman updated kayo sa ating mga balita sa politika. See you in my next video. Have a great day. Have a great night. God bless po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas and God save the Philippines. Bye-bye.